Hello and welcome to the movie quiz. I am your host, Chris Mann Nelson, and in just a couple minutes, you and I will be embarking together on a 50-point trivia odyssey. This game is totally interactive. Tonight is it's game 6 of season 11. It is game 3 of the Shrek games, the Shrek section of the multiplex of madness. And so yeah, if you want to play, go here, play.themoviequiz.com. I skipped the wieners. I skipped the plump juicy wieners and the stomach talking tonight. I figured we'll cut to the chase. We'll just do it. Yeah, no driving commercials tonight. I just jumping right in. So welcome back. We had Halloween last night. I hope you all had an excellent Halloween. I had a great Halloween. I showed you my costume last week, and it went better than I could have possibly imagined out on the street. I got like 10 different people asked to take selfies with me. It was a real ego boost. It was nice. It was a lot of fun. Uh, yeah. If you're new to the game, I don't know if anybody's new to the game, but if not, if you are, go to play.themoviequiz.com, put in a team name, you can join the game. We're 6 episodes deep, like I said, and we got 3 regular season games after tonight, and then the championship finale. All right, so let's do it. What do you say, gang? Let's jump right into in-game mode. Let's go for it. Where is it? Where is my thing? I can't find anything. There it is. Hello. Hello. I still love this. I may use this when it's not the multiplex of madness. I don't know. Should I still use it? I think I should. It is time. Yeah, and I know no corn dogs tonight. I just didn't want I figured you didn't I always keep you all up so late. I figured I'd save you 5 minutes. All right. So yeah, let's jump into it. We've got no choices left to make tonight. We used in our swamps and other crappy places to live. We're into swamps. We got to do the swamps now. There's no choices. There's no choices to be made. So this is just all about swamps, bogs, marshes, and other cinematic wetlands. You avoided swamps. I don't know if you actively avoided swamps or if it just kind of happened that way, but we're here now. This is what's happening. Let's jump into our first question of tonight's game. In how many theatrically released Star Wars movies do we see Yoda's swamp planet of Dagobah? So your answer here should just be a number. How many movies do we see Dagobah on screen? I had no idea everyone would miss the plump juicy wieners and the house of worship. Uh, I don't know what that's. I'm always blown away. I was so blown away when I found that clip that they were just like in it. That is a drive-in commercial. I didn't alter that or take it from somewhere else. They were like, you going to maybe because it was like teenagers necking and getting frisky at the drive-in. They were like, you got to find God as well. All right, so how many times do we see Yoda's planet? Two times. We see it in Empire and we see it in Jedi. That's it. There's like a deleted scene from Revenge of the Sith where he like shows up because George Lucas had to show us every single thing that ever happened in Star Wars and explain everything and rob it of all mystery. All right, question number 2. What is the initialism for the enormous creatures that dwell in the Princess Bride's fire swamp? And you've got ROTOR, ROUS, CHUD, and CHOMPS. Choose which one. All right, so it looks pretty good. Like most teams are getting this one. You know that it's the rodents of unusual size, ROUS. All these other ones they are real though. They're real movies. Rotor is it's like a cybernetic cop schlock movie. Chud is Chud. If you know what Chud stands for, throw it in the chat. Throw some Chud chat. Hashtag Chud chat. And Chomps is about like a robotic dog. A robotic dog, I think, is Chomps. All right, but most teams, overwhelming majority, got that one right. All right, here comes your third question. We got a trigger warning here. Childhood horse trauma. What is the name of the horse that slowly gets sucked into a bog in the never-ending story? Is it Hidalgo, Spirit, Shadowfax, or Artax? It's a brutal scene. Just pulling that horse. If you're of a certain age, this is seared into your brain. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'm just catching up on the chat. This is you are absolutely right. I'm sorry. I'm talking about Yoda. I'm talking about Dagobah. You gotta get yaddled. I'm sorry. I should have thought of that myself. I feel ashamed that I didn't think of this myself, but there she is in all her resplendent glory, looking beautiful. There's Yaddle. You got yaddled. You got your wish, chat. You will I will always yaddle. All you have to do is ask with Yaddle. Just ask and Yaddle will happen. Okay, so let's see how people did on this one. That horse that got sucked down is Artax. Shadowfax is Gandalf's horse. Spirit is the animated horse, and Hidalgo is Viggo Mortensen. More Viggo Mortensen connections to horses. All right, question number 4. What DC Comics character has gotten 2 film adaptations, one of them directed by Wes Craven? So I'm just looking for the name of the character here. What DC Comics character has gotten 2 film adaptations? One of those was directed by Wes Craven. All right, and I'm seeing, I see in the chat, at least Rosemary, somebody else. If sometimes if you type the number, like type it out like TWO, the software doesn't recognize that for some reason. But I rescored it, and you got your point. All right, so the let's see the answer here. What comics character were we talking about? It's Swamp Thing. I had actually kind of forgotten that Wes Craven directed Swamp Thing. One of them. There's like 2. I said there's 2. Just making sure that everybody's getting their points here. Yeah, all good. Swamp. Remember, this is the swamps category, so it's gonna be, everything's gonna have something to do with the swamp. All right, question number 5. Back to a multiple choice here. In the Two Towers, Gollum leads Frodo and Sam through a haunted wetland area called what? Is it the Deadwood Swamp, the Dead Marshes, the Swamp of Sadness, or the Bog of Eternal Stench? Pick one. Make your choice. And in this marsh, there are dead faces, dead things, dead faces in the water, and it is as said through Sean Astin's strange English Hobbit accent, and they are in the Dead Marshes. The Dead Marshes is your answer. Deadwood Swamp is Milo and Otis. The Swamp of Sadness is where the Artax bit the dust, and the Bog of Eternal Stench is from Labyrinth. All right, question number 6. While not a horror movie, this Stephen King adaptation features a horrific scene. where the main characters get covered in swamp leeches. Name the movie. While not a horror movie, this Stephen King adaptation features a horrific scene in which the characters get covered in swamp leeches. Is it an horrific scene? Like, if it's right, like, is that grammatically correct? Like, if you're talking about a word with an H and the article of it should be an, right? So I typed that wrong. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of swamps. A lot of swamps. And this isn't even, I'm not even talking about Shrek Swamp in this. This is just inspired by Shrek Swamp. That's a whole other ball of wax. And Helsinki saying that they're doing another Swamp Thing, bringing Swamp Thing back. I'm for that. I'm pro Swamp Thing. I'm team Swamp Thing. All right. So what movie sees them covered in leeches? It's Stand By Me. Stand By Me is an adaptation of the Stephen King short The Body. All right, we've got 2 questions left here in this round. Question number 7: what fictional country is royal turned amphibian Prince Naveen from in Disney's Bayou Set adventure The Princess and the Frog? Maldonia, Genovia, Sokovia, or Zamunda? It's really fun to say. Really fun to rattle those off. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again to entertain myself. Maldonia, Genovia, Sokovia, Zamunda. All right, time is up. Genovia is the Princess Diaries. Sokovia is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Zamunda is where Prince, not Naveen, but Prince Hakeem comes from in Coming to America and Coming to America, making your answer Maldonia. Maldonia is your answer. An overwhelming amount of you got that right. If you haven't seen Princess and the Frog, check it out. It's like kind of, I feel like it doesn't get its due, even though they're turning what do you call it? Splash Mountain into their axing Song of the South imagery and giving it to Princess and the Frog. All right, and your final question of your first round. In the 2018 film Annihilation, Natalie Portman and her team encounter bizarre creatures and doppelgangers inside a mysterious bubble referred to as what, which has descended on Florida swampland? The Further, the Shimmer, the Upside Down, or the Oasis? All right. Again, I used real things as decoys. The Further is the Insidious. Upside Down, of course, is the Stranger Things, and the Oasis is that's Ready Player One. Oh, you just got Ready Player One. That's the second week in a row I've mentioned Ready Player One. The answer is the Shimmer. Almost everybody got that right. It was damn near 100% for the Shimmer. All right, so let's take a quick look at our scores and standings here after one round. Give me a second to pull that up. We got Wapiti with 2. We're not very good with 4. You got half right though. That's not bad. Dilberta's, Trivia Rocks, Chris the Curator, the producers, all with 5. With 6, we've got Van Pat Family Singers, a few good answers. How am I going to be an optimist? Schermerhorn Stars, Oslo, Hot Dog Hideout. With 7, we got Billy Boo Johnson on a phone, son. Big Butthole Bitches. They're here. We Own This City, Avis and Bobo and Sterling Cooper, and tied atop the leaderboard with perfect scores. To start, we've got Quiztastic 4 and Marley's Chains. So there's still plenty of game left. That's going to bring us to our second round, our picture round. And look, you've used, again, 2 doors down, not 3 doors down, but 2 of them are gone. We've already gone through those doors. We've made those choices. We've forged that universe. Now we've got who told the tale. Who told the tale? So all you got to do here is pick the author that wrote the source material for the fairy tale, or the fairy tale style. I know I got a little nitpicking from some people about, is this actually a fairy tale? It's a fairy tale. And yeah, for number 2, so a couple notes. For number 2, I will accept an alias or the real person. And for number 7, I'm not looking for the person who wrote. I'm not looking to go all the way back to the fairy tale for this one, but the more direct source material for this one. This one is like based on something that's based on fairy tales, if that makes sense. So I'm looking for who wrote the closer source material in the chain of events. All right, so I'm going to give you all 4 minutes to think these over and submit your answers. Don't forget, submit stuff once you got it, and submit whatever you got, and then go back and work on it. All right, here you go. Good luck, everybody. Just about at the halfway mark. Just about 2 minutes left on these. Send them my way once you got them. Once you got your answers, hit submit, then go back and work on it. All right, I'll get out of here. Let you work. time. I'm going to start the 15 second timer as soon as I can find it in the StreamYard. There it is. Here we go. Get those in. Clock's ticking. Right. The time is just about up. Let me I'm gonna grade these up as I go through them. All right, number 1, that is Snow White, and that is by the Brothers Grimm. The Grimm brothers, the Brothers Grimm, either one of those guys. All right, number 2, that is The Princess Bride, which was also in the previous round, which was by William Goldman. William Goldman. You'll see that I mistook them when the answers come up. I wrote William Golding, who wrote Lord of the Flies, but it's William Goldman, aka S. Morgenstern. The story is that Goldman wrote the abridged version. Number 3, that is Peter Pan, which was written by J.M. Barrie. Number 4, that is Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. Number 5, that's The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. L. Frank Baum. Not E-Bomb, not E-Bomb from E-Bomb's World, but L. Frank Baum. Number 6, that is Coraline, which was originally written by Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman. Number 7, that is Into the Woods. Which you're only going to see Stephen Sondheim come up, but of course he wrote the music, and so I took the name of James Lapine, who wrote the book as well. But that's who I was looking for, because I was looking for either of the guys involved with Into the Woods, not going all the way back to the Brothers Grimm. And the last one is The Little Mermaid, which was written by Hans Christian Andersen, one of 2 of his Disney adaptations. The other being Frozen. All right, let's take a look. Let's see how everybody did. I think everybody's got their points. If you don't, let me know. We got big numbers for Brothers Grimm, big numbers for Lewis Carroll. What was the toughest one? William Goldman, not Golding, or S. Morgenstern. That was the toughest one. All right, so let's take a look. Let's see how you're all doing here after 2 rounds. Let me pause myself there. Let's do the top 10 here. We got Big Butthole Bitches. They're in the top 10. Sterling Cooper and Oslo tied with 13. We got 14-point ties with Billy Johnson on a Phone, Van Papp, Few Good Answers, and How Am I Going to Be an Optimist. We got a 2-way tie for second with We Own the City and Quistek 4, and Marley's Chain staying perfect atop the leaderboard. And that's going to take us to our short round. Our short round is all about SNL alums. It's all, or SNL in general, because the last remaining one is not alums. It's actually about hosts. The last one that we have here is 5-timers in Batman movies. 5-timers in Batman movies. All right, so hang on. Let me open this up here as well. All right, so you can list these in any order. So the 5-timers club is the thing on SNL. Whenever somebody hosts for the 5th time, they're inducted into the 5-timers club. They get a jacket, blah, blah, blah. So there's 4 members of the 5-timers club that have been in a Batman movie. One of them played a Batman. 2 of them played evildoers from the Tim Burton era. And one of them was a villain's girlfriend from the Joel Schumacher era. All right, so you can list these 4 people in any order. Who are they? They're the only 4, as far as I can tell, who where the Venn diagrams overlap of 5-timers and Batman actors. All right, so I'm going to give you a minute or so to think about this and send it my way. There are a lot more 5-timers than I realized when I was looking this up, and some kind of surprising ones too. I don't want to say any of them. I want to make. I realized the short round, I should give you a little more time because it's like half a round, right? So like I'm not gonna give you full half the time of a round, but I should give you a little more than I have been. That being said, I am going to start the timer now. So whatever you got, send it to me. I want it. I want it. Yum, yum, yum. Send it to me. I want your answers. Some of these might be surprising. A couple of these might be surprising. One of them I'm a little surprised too. Oh no. People got a good number of people got the one that I posted a clue about today. There's some good. I'm gonna share with you some good incorrect answers. Jim Carrey is incorrect, but you'd think that he would be on there. Uma Thurman incorrect. Michael Keaton incorrect. Clooney incorrect. Someone guessed Kirstie Alley. Michelle Pfeiffer, good guesses, but your answers are Affleck, DeVito, Christopher Walken. Remember, Christopher Walken played a villain, and Drew Barrymore. I posted a picture of her. She's one of Two-Face's girlfriends, and I still will stump for. I'll go to bat for Batman Forever. But man, it's tough. It gets tougher as time goes by. It's not great. All right. So, all right, the time has come, my friends. Oh, wait, no, it hasn't because now I do this now. So if you, it's time to make your choice. There is one choice to be made tonight, and that is, do you want to double your points if you have not already? If you haven't done it yet, you can still do it in the last 3 regular season games. And yeah, I'm catching up on the chat here. Is Annihilation good? Yes, it is. And I missed a little run of puns here. We had the pun zone. All right, let's see. Is anybody doing this? Anybody doing this today? Oh no, a bunch of people. 4 people are doing it. 8 people said no, and 5 people picked the Moe's line from the Treehouse of Horror. Hey everybody, I'm a stupid moron with an ugly face and a big butt, and my butt smells, and I like to kiss my own butt. So good for them. Good for those 5 people. All right. Now is when it's going to happen. It's time for the puzzle round. It's time for, I've talked this up too much. It's not a big deal. I don't want to freak you all out, but it is time for the Lions, Tigers, and Bears cryptogram. Okay. It's come. Okay. So I'm going to put it up on screen so that you can see it and you can see what I'm talking about here. Okay. So I've given you, every answer is the name of a lion, tiger, or bear talking, a lion, tiger, or bear who talks in a movie. They're all talking animals. Remember, the puzzle round for the Shrek section is all about talking animals. They're all talking animals. Important to remember. All right, so I've put this in a secret code where every letter that you see represents another letter. And so some of these I put the actor who played them. Okay. The actor who played the lion, tiger, or bear. So you might know some of those outright, and that might help you crack the code for ones that you don't. You could say, okay, well, this one, like for example, I gave you Simba as an example. PZCMX equals SIMBA, right? And you've got MX in Simba, and number 1 starts with MX. Okay. So take that. Number 1 starts with the end of Simba. I want to give you a good leg up. I'm going to give you plenty of time to do this one. Yes, it is. It's time. It's time for the dreaded cryptogram. It is upon us, but Ryan's upset, but I don't think it's as bad as I've been making it out to be, because I did give you the actors. You can figure out. You might just know who some of these guys are. I gave you ways in. pen and paper might help. I don't know. It might help, or you might just be able to kind of do it in your head based on knowing the voice actors. All right, I'm gonna play some music, some of my patented Chris Nelson elevator music that I've made. Wait, this isn't. That's not. That one's too boisterous. Where's the one with the piano? Ooh, there it is. Okay. I'm gonna give you. This track is 4 minutes. I'm gonna see where we're at after. I'm gonna give you more than 4 minutes because you got to think this out. Yeah. If you curse me in the chat, let's see if this happens. I don't know if this is gonna happen. But good luck. I'll get out of your hair and let you decode this message. That's the end of those 4 minutes. Let's say 2 more minutes. Okay, we'll do 2 more minutes. I know that I got a comment. Who said it? K-Boom. Too much time, but I got a good chunk of teams still not in. So I think I'm gonna split the difference. I'm gonna give you 2 more minutes. Okay, I'll put 2 minutes on the clock. Starting. I no. Starting now. So you actually got a few more. Okay. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, my friends. I'm gonna stay in. I'm gonna stay here. No, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I actually I used to, when I used to play bar trivia with NYC Trivia League as a player before I became a host. Um, my regular host Alex Teixeira, he used to do the picture round last, and you could hand you like whoever handed it in would trigger the 2 minute timer, like so you could actually force other people's hand to get them to answer. Yeah, it was cool. It was good. Yeah, no, it was I this was tough, but everyone seems to be doing well. I think the actors help. It helps you confirm and move on. We just and apply those letters, code cracking to the others. We got just under a minute left. 40 seconds left. 40 seconds here before we start that timer. I do want to know how everyone's Halloween was. Also, I'm obsessed with Halloween. I'm obsessed with all of you. So I want to know. All right, here we go. Let's start. 15-second timer is starting now. So if you haven't submitted, send them. Send them to me. All right, time is just about up. I'm sorry, knocked my phone off my desk. All right, so let me just regrade some of these. Going through, I'll go through them as I grade. All right, so number one, I kind of tried to handhold you for that one. You got B-A, you got B-A-L-O-O. H is O-O. That's Baloo. Bill Murray played Baloo in the live action remake. Number two, Liam Neeson plays the lion Aslan in the Narnia movies. Everybody so far, everyone's gotten all of these right. Jack Black is Po in Kung Fu Panda. So hopefully that's a nice short one. Hopefully that gave you the P and the Y. I'm sorry, that the Y is the P and the H is O. Hopefully that helped you. Everybody got that. The next one is Paddington Bear. Paddington. Next we got Tigger. Tigger, probably maybe Paul Winchell, maybe the least recognizable name on this list for some. Then we got Yogi Bear. Then we've got Frank Oz, number 7. He is the voice of Fozzie. Fozzie. And the last one, this was maybe one of the trickier ones. One team guessed Chief Boga, which does fit the number of characters, but it doesn't fit with the code. It's Shere Khan. He played Shere Khan. All right, so there are all the answers revealed. Let's see how everyone crushed it. See, I've talked this up so much, but everybody, it was really easy. Probably too easy, maybe, but I don't know. Trying something new. Let me know if you if you enjoyed the cryptogram, if you want it to be, if you want more of this. Sorry, I'm reading the chat too. I can't split my attention. Oh, we loved it. Loved the cryptogram. Some people like it. Ryan does not like it. Okay, Yellow Mayo wanted a minute or two more. Okay, so I'm getting differing voices on the amount of time for the cryptogram. All right, so but I think I will bring it back. I'll bring it back for more. You want to cancel me for what? For I'll do it. I'll do if you say it, I gotta do it. It's like a genie with a wish. If you say it, I gotta do it. All right, let's take a look at the at your scores and standings here. Let's once again we'll start with 10th place and up. Avis and Bobo in 10th with 21. Billy Johnson with 22. Van Pap with 23. We got a three-way tie for 5th with 24 points between Optimist, Sterling Cooper, and Oslo. We got a two-way tie for 3rd with 26 points apiece. A few good answers, and we own the city. Quiztastic 4 in 2nd all by themselves with 27. And Marley's Chains still atop the leaderboard with 28. All right, and that's going to bring us now to our two truths and a lie round. We've this round is themed to monsters. Halloween is over, but only by less than 24 hours. So Shrek is a monster, but he's a lovable monster. But we already did friendly monsters, you see. So now we're doing 2 men, 1 monster. 2 men, 1 monster is the round. So I'm going to give you a monster, movie monster, and 3 men. They're all men. I'm sorry. There's not a lot of female. There's not enough female monsters to make this round go. Hashtag more female monsters. But yeah, pick the 2 that actually played the monster. Don't pick the one that didn't, because each one of the correct answers is worth 1 point. But if you pick the wrong one, you get 0 points. All right, so here we go with number 1, Count Dracula. You'll know him, you love him. Nicolas Cage, Peter Cushing, Gary Oldman. Those are your 3 choices. Which 2 of those guys played Drac? All right, time is up. Let's take a look at this. Gary Oldman, of course, was in Coppola's Dracula movie, which is one of my top 5 horror movies. If you haven't seen Bram Stoker's Dracula, that one is it's awesome. It's great. And Peter Cushing, though he starred in a ton of Hammer horror movies, he never actually played Dracula himself, but Nick Cage did play Dracula in the 2020, in this year. He played Dracula in Renfield with Nicholas Hoult. You got Holted. Hoult. I got to make a Hoult graphic. Nicholas Hoult has come up. Shit. Okay. Next week, you're going to get, what's a good one? Holt and Catch Fire. What's okay? Well, no Holt of your own. I'll come up with something. And Nicholas Hoult is the new Nicholas Hoult is. I needed to find it organic. Yeah. Oh, Holt me, baby, one more time. Holt me, baby, one more time. All right. Yeah. I don't know. No, no holds barred. Oh, I do like no holds barred because it has an implication that I'm not gonna hold. These are all really good. Maybe I'll just make a new one. I'll make a new one every week with Nicholas Hoult. Okay, there's still 4, and I know it's late for a graphic, but I needed it to happen organically, and it has. It's Nicholas Hoult. All right. Question number 2. Lawrence Talbot, the Wolfman. The Wolfman, specifically Lawrence Talbot. Jack Nicholson, Benicio del Toro, Lon Chaney Jr. I love it. I love all this Hoult. I love the Hoult stuff. I need to write some of these down. These are good. Maybe I'll do an Instagram poll. I'll do an Instagram poll about I'll let democracy win. Oh, I realized I never posted standings. I'm sorry. So I'll do. Is there any point to doing last week's? I'll do them both. I'll do both weeks. So you can see where you were last week. It was busy. It was busy with Halloween. I made so many costumes. I made costumes for my whole family this year. So I'm tired. I didn't do it. But yeah, the standings are looking good. Everything's looking it's going to get cool. It's going to get interesting down the home stretch. All right. So Jack Nicholson did play a Wolfman in Wolf, which the only thing I remember of that movie is Jack Nicholson pissing on some guy's shoes like a dog would, you know. But he was not Lawrence Talbot. He was not the Wolfman. But Benicio del Toro did play Lawrence Talbot in the really, really boring remake from 2010, where they cut out all the good Rick Baker transformation stuff and made just totally neutered the movie. All right, question number 3. Chucky, little Chucky. Your options are Brad Dourif, Jackie Earl Haley, and Mark Hamill. Kind of crazy that one of these guys is Chucky. He's like played Chucky in however many Chucky movies. How many are there? There's 3 Child's Plays, 2 the blank of. There's 2 of the goofy ones, like with Jennifer Tilly. And then there's 3 of the new ones, but they're all done by Don Mancini, the same guy. He's like, it's not. It's like one guy's vision to just take Chucky and do like the weirdest twists and turns with him. All right, so Brad Dourif is the main Chucky. He played Chucky in all of those movies I just mentioned and the TV show. But when Jackie Earl Haley did play a horror icon that belonged to basically one other guy, but that was Freddy Krueger. It was Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill was the other Chucky. He was the other Chucky. So Jackie Earl Haley was Freddy Krueger when Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger. But yeah, that was a tricky one. That was tricky. It was a tricky one. Trick or treat. All right, Frankenstein's monster, and his name is Frankenstein, by the way. He's Frankenstein. He's Frankenstein's son, and his last name is Frankenstein. But Frankenstein's monster. John Lithgow, Robert De Niro, Peter Boyle. Those are your options for Frankenstein's monster. Frankenstein considers him to be his son, right? He's a weird son. But you love him just the same. Let me catch up on some comments. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen the. No, I did see the Hamill Chucky one, but it was just kind of boring. It Cult. And I'm looking at there's one other. There's one after or before Cult. There's Curse. There's Curse of Chucky. Also, there's also Curse of Chucky. Is one of those. All right, so Peter Boyle obviously played Frankenstein's monster in Young Frankenstein, and even though he's real tall, and I think he would be a good Frankenstein, that's why I picked him as the decoy. John Lithgow never played Frankenstein, but De Niro did in like the mid '90s. De Niro played him in. It was called Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It was after Coppola's movie. They dusted off. They were like, let's remake the those Universal era monster movies again and put the author's name before it, and that'll make it classier because that's what made Bram Stoker's Dracula good. Tricky. Some people fell into the Lithgow track because he would make a good Frankenstein, right? And yeah, he's Frankenstein, not Frankenstein's monster. I should have stuck to my guns. All right, Imhotep, The Mummy, specifically Imhotep. Boris Karloff, Arnold Vosloo, Christopher Lee. Yeah, I never saw it either. But yeah, I remember the commercials, and he did have like a he looked more like corpses stitched together. than uh, than the old Karloff. All right. So obviously Boris Karloff was the original mummy back in 1933, I want to say. Um, but Christopher Lee played a mummy in a couple movies, but his name was he was Karras. Karras was that mummy. Arnold Vosloo is Imhotep in the Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz slash what's her name, Maria Bello. Uh, Arnold Vosloo. Yeah, most people got that one right. Nice job. All right. Question number 6. The Phantom of the Opera. The Phantom of the Opera. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a horror movie. That he was, he's kind of counted as like, and he's like the Batman. Batman is to the Justice League as the Phantom of the Opera is to the Universal stable of monsters. He's kind of part of it, but he's not always there. I don't know why StreamYard gets so internet connection gets like syrup towards the end of the game, man. It's just sticky, slow. All right. So again, Lon Chaney Sr. He played him in a Universal version. There were a bunch of silent versions too, and even though like I think he does all the Broadway stuff. It's not Hugh Jackman. No, almost nobody put that. Almost nobody fell for that one. That wasn't maybe not a good decoy. Maybe not the best decoy. All right, question. We got 2 more regular questions before the post credits blitz. This one, you can cancel me for this one because I'm making you make a choice basically. Pennywise, Tim Curry, and you've got Alexander Skarsgård and Bill Skarsgård. You know it's Tim Curry. It's Tim Curry, right? So you got to figure which Skarsgård is it. Do you want to guess? Do you know your Skarsgårds? All right. I also see that there's some discussion of Batman: Mask of the Phantasm in Batman: Mask of the Phantasm in the chat here, and that is my favorite. It is my favorite Batman movie as well. It's so good. It's head and shoulders better than all of them. Yes, I am. I'm giving you Tim Curry because it was obvious. It was that obvious. It's not 2 Skarsgård brothers playing it, but it's Bill. It's Bill Skarsgård. You play the movie quiz. You know that Tim Curry is 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 Pennywise, and this is interesting. Helsinki Syndrome in the chat saying that Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, played the Phantom of the Opera in a 1989 movie. Did not know that. That's interesting. All right, and our final question of the 2 truths and a lie. We've got, who's your monster? Satan. Satan himself. And your options are De Niro, Pacino, Brando. Which 2 of these have been the devil? countdown is they're way out of sync. I'm just going to turn it off on the stream because it's just not responding. I don't know why. All right, so once again, we got De Niro in the mix here. Al Pacino was Satan in the Keanu Reeves movie, Devil's Advocate. And De Niro was Satan in Angel Heart, the movie Angel Heart with Mickey Rourke. Brando has never played Satan. I don't know if he'd be a good Satan. Would have been. He's a pile of dust now. He would not be. But they might resurrect him, depending on how the negotiations with SAG go. All right, so let's see how everybody's doing heading into our. Man, this thing is acting goofy. Sorry. Let's see. I'll do the whole board. We got Wapiti with 16. We're not very good with 18. Dilberta's with 21. Trivia Rocks and the Producers with 23. Schermerhorn Stars with 26. Chris the Curator 27. Big Butthole Bitches with 30. Hot Dog Hideout with 31. Van Pap with 32. Billy Johnson, excuse me. Avis and Bobo tied with 33. Sterling Cooper with 34. Optimist and Oslo tied with 36. We Own the City with 40. Few Good Answers and Quiztastic tied with 42. And Marley's Chain still in the lead with 44. But this last round is worth 2 points. Each question is worth 2 points. We got 6 points here on the table. I'm going to ask you 2 related questions. One of them's easier, one of them's harder, in my opinion. The easier one is worth 1 point, and the harder one is worth 2. So you just have to type one thing. You don't have to type anything. You make a choice as to which one you want to answer, and go for it. All right. So here we go with your first question of this round. Name the titular DreamWorks animation character voiced by frequent SNL host Alec Baldwin. See, this is about Shrek. So Shrek's a titular character voiced by an SNL of a DreamWorks movie voiced by an SNL alum. Or for 2 points, name the titular DreamWorks animation character voiced by Will Ferrell. Most people going for the 2-pointer. Maybe an easy 2-pointer. No countdown. No, you're too late. You're too late, countdown. Showing up all tardy. All right, so let's see. Your answers here. Alec Baldwin voiced the titular Boss Baby of DreamWorks Boss Baby fame. And Will Ferrell is Megamind for 2. Easy 2. All right, question number 2. Let's see. Name the forest that Tigger and Winnie the Pooh call home. Or, for 2 points, name the forest that Yogi Bear calls home. We talked about Tigger. We've talked about Winnie the Pooh. And we talked about Yogi Bear. So, which one of these do you want to answer? Which do you feel confident in? That timer just does not want to show up at the end of the game. It's oddly consistent. Let me see. I'm just regrading some of these. Some were close. You were close, but not quite. Some of them. Someone answered 2. Someone hedged their bets. You don't have to type both. It's a choice. So you make your choice. I'll give you the 2 because you got the harder one. But you only have to type one of them. All right. So I think everybody who's getting their points is getting them. It's the 100-Acre Wood is where Winnie the Pooh and Tigger live. And Jellystone. Whoa, more people went with more people got Jellystone than maybe another easy 2. Maybe this is an easy blitz today. All right, and here is your last question of the game. Give me the name of the main character brothers. You can just give me their last name. That's fine. You don't have to give me their first names. Give me the last name of the main character brothers in A Night at the Roxbury, the SNL movie that sits at 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. Or give me the name of the titular character in The Ladies' Man, played by Tim Meadows, the other SNL movie that sits at 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. They're both at 11%. Neither of them is very good. Give me the names of those characters. This one was harder. Not as easy. Not as easy for the third one. But a good chunk of teams. Nobody went for the nobody bit for the Butabi brothers. It's Doug. What is it? I'll see it when it comes up because I wrote it, but I can't remember. Steve and Doug Butabi and Leon Phelps. Leon Phelps is the ladies' man. So there you go. We got a good chunk. Nobody went for the Butabi brothers, but that's it. That's it. We made it to the end of the game. Everybody, nice job. Well played. Let's take a look at your final scores and standings here for week 6 of season 11. We got We're Not Very Good and Wapiti with 18, Trivia Rocks with 23, Dilberta's 25, Schermerhorn Stars and Chris the Curator with 27, Producers 28, Big Butthole Bitches 30, Hot Dog Hideout 33, Van Pap 34, Billy Johnson 35, Avis and Bobo tied with Oslo for 38, Sterling Cooper with 39, Optimist 42, We Own This City. Oh, damn, we do have a 49. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go back on the. I'm gonna have to check on the regrade if we have, if we do have a perfect game, because sometimes I miss certain things here. I do miss certain answers as I'm grading. But in the top 3, we've got Quiztastic 4 with 46. Really good scores, very high scores tonight. Few good answers with 48. We got a 48 and a 49. Your winners, Marley's Chains, with 49 points. Amazing. Nice job. Nicely played. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out tonight. It's always a pleasure. This was the end of the Shrek section, the Shrek-inspired question. Next week, we'll have a fresh slate of choices to make, all rounds inspired by the Ghost Twins from The Matrix. The Ghost Twins from The Matrix will be your basis. It's not going to be about them, but inspired by them. All right, so have a great week. Stay safe, watch the movies. I'll see you back here next Wednesday night for more Movie Quiz McClunky.